Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring in someone who's very talented, and I know it comes yet again from the same family, the same tree. She's an amazing organizer and has been there to support quite a few in our community here. She doesn't need introduction, but her hard work shows for itself. Sendze, please come over and do a presentation in honor of your mother, and this one we entitle My Inspiration.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of my sisters and I, we say thank you again for the love and support and for being here for us as we celebrate the life of our mother. For all those who know me and all of you here, you know I'm not a public speaker, so I actually had to write this out, so bear with me, please. She was a mother to us and to so many, but to me, she was more than a mother. She was my best friend, and most of all, my inspiration. I am the last of her 5 girls. I am not sure if being the last had anything to do with our bond, because I was actually her most recalcitrant child. Yet somehow, Mom managed to mold me into a replica of herself. I did not only hold on to the padlock of her womb, but also managed to place my tiny feet into her footprints. My mom shaped my life with her essence in so many ways. If you met Mary Vega, one thing stood out about Mom: her love for beauty and elegance. Growing up in a household was a beautiful story. Many of us gathered here today can attest to Mom's daily inspiration on us to always look our best and to step out in style. One of her best moments was when her girls dressed up, headed out for whatever event. She would say, "Na so, yawa," with a big smile. I still recall from as early as 8 years old, Mom insistently will have me put on Tido on my eyes, if you all remember what Tido was, to church. She will always say that a woman's beauty has to be highlighted. Not to mention the many days she will give me a fist bump on my back to make sure I walked straight, saying, "You have to have good and posture. Walk like a lady." The little tomboy in me had a hard time complying, but she was relentless, and I think I finally got it. Would you say? My mom was a mompreneur par excellence. Even though she had her regular job, she explored so many business ventures. She would say, a woman needs to always try to make extra income for herself and family. And this she did almost to her dying days. Unbeknownst to her, I took on that entrepreneurial spirit from way back in secondary school. She taught us how to create fabric brooches. I would make a handful and sell to my friends in school in order to make extra pocket money. I always had good laughs with her, saying that if I did not look like my dad, I I would say I was a Bamileke woman. Show me a venture to try, especially a creative one, and I'll be all ears. The 6 p.m. curfews that led to long hours in her infamous sewing room taught us how to use our hands and be creative. I dreaded those days and got the most punishment for being non-compliant, but it looks like in my stubbornness, I was learning. As I grew older, she was pleasantly surprised. I learned something and eventually started doing drapery contracts with her, even right here in Houston, for some of her big sisters. Today, I'm good with sewing machine and creative artistry, thanks to you, Mom. Growing up in a household, you did not have an option not to go to church, even if you went out clubbing the previous night. My dad enforced that and grounded us in our faith and fear of God. My mother, on the other hand, was a little forgiving in this aspect. But how I pray and praise God today was greatly influenced by her and the Sunday classical music moments with my dad. I was about 6 years old or so, curled up behind her on that red couch when she started introducing me to singing. In her moments on that couch, when she was especially sad, she would always sing this famous hymn. Please join me. When all life belows you are tempest tossed, when you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. And yes, Mom, today and the days ahead, though sad, I will count my blessings. The blessing of having had you in this world for 85 long years and 48 years of my life. Those very special moments stayed with me through the years. I remember how I would always try to sing with her, but fell flat, as she would say. Her love for singing led to the formation of a choir group with rehearsals always at our house. And she was also a long-standing member of the Archbishop's choir capella. Somehow, I managed to finally find a sweet spot in singing, thanks to Marino Satanga and our dear MC here, Bendrix. Today, I pray and worship God in singing, and she will always beam in admiration when I conduct in church. Thank you, Mom. In many ways, you molded my life. There's one aspect where the master became the student. My mother loved throwing parties and displayed her culinary prowess that quickly transcended into her becoming one of the first event decorators in Bamenda. She will cater to weddings or funerals with so much passion and style. I learned and mastered this so well to a point where she started looking up to me for concept and counsel in doing her events. Even though she was very quick to remind me that she taught me everything I know when we had a creative discord. On so many occasions, she gave me directives on how her funeral should look like. A conversation I never liked having. I did not want to accept that she was truly going to, that was truly going to happen someday. Alas, we're here. I did not want to. That day has finally arrived. The colors you see here today were per her instructions. She will always say, I want it bright and colorful. I didn't want anyone to wear black. But I'm sorry, Mom. There's some presence of black here today. With respect to your cultural heritage and title. Unfortunately, all your wishes could not come to fruition because of the current state of affairs back home. But I pray and hope that the miniature of what you envisage presented here today puts a smile on your face. My sweet mother, how you managed to transform this very tomboy into a woman. The woman I am today beats me. And I say thank you. And to all the mothers here today, I say, be relentless and be consistent. Your kids are watching you and learning even when they act otherwise. The power of a mother's love is second to none, and it keeps us going day by day. Though you're gone, your love will always surround and guide us. In our pain, I know the love you taught us will help us heal. I'll ask my sister to join me here today. And now I will ask my sisters, Crystal and Ellen, to help me with a message to you, our dearest mother, mentor, hero, and best friend. The power of your love.
So I think there's a song right here that I want you all to sing. If you got your cell phone, just Google the words for Count Your Blessings. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. And choir, please come join me. Just the chorus, are you there? We're letting some folk come into the hall, please. This is time for you to come on in. While we sing this song, please come right in. We're making room for you to get in. Your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Why is this side not singing? You people don't have blessings over here. Oh, so you thought it was for that side. Okay, now this is your turn. Now you know. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Kizito, what were you singing? Kizito was singing, count your girlfriend's name them one by. Not tonight, brother. Next time. Now, for those of you who have just walked in, please take your seats. Thank you. Gentlemen, ladies, please take your seats. Those of you who just walked in, please take your seats. Thank you. And may we have your attention. Thank you. So we continue to honor our mom and we celebrate her life. Remember, she is Abo, a friend of all men, a friend of all women. And we have one of her sons all the way from the Queensland, England, here coming to show respect. And this one is a classmate of mine. I don't know if I should tell this story right now, but I'm gonna hold back first. I haven't seen him in about 20-something years. Perhaps he has a bad temper right now, who knows? So I'm not gonna risk it, you understand? But ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for my classmate, my good friend, Victor Sendze. Uba, as is better known. But I know we don't say this whole Uba palava so we be na you. After this, you have to share some of that Uba money with us. Is it the taxi thing? All right, well, Victor's right here. Victor's presentation will be about, it is entitled My First Mom. I will go into it. I'll just let you all listen to it. Please be silent and hear Victor. So I have to do a little negotiation, but at the end of the day, I have no choice. Once I hand this over, it's no longer in my hands. And this guy right here, he's from Oxford, so you better be ready. You understand? All right, please give Victor a round of applause.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to start by, first of all, saying I am just so blessed and honored to have all of you here. It means a lot to me. The vast majority of you know me and the connection I have with my sisters. But I'm sure most of you sit here and be thinking, or some of you will be sitting and thinking, my first mom. So I'll try and break this down in the best way I can. It's very difficult. It's been a difficult few weeks for me. So please bear with me and I'll go through it. And hopefully I'll do my bit to give the best tribute I can give to our mom. So our amazing mom got married to her husband, and little did she know that she was going to become a mother before even having her own children. Now, everyone says mom, mother, but I think I will change that up by saying she was a super mom, right? What do I mean by that? We're from a very strong family, and the Sendze clan especially, we're how many brothers? 4 brothers, 2 sisters. And at the time, our mother got married to our dad, and she had to really step up and really play a motherly role by supporting the siblings of her husband. Now, my dad in particular was the one, I think, he benefited the most, right? And I had a good conversation with my dad, and just from his voice, he said a lot. And I had to stop and I said, Dad, that is enough. I think I know enough. So, he got an amazing support from our mom. He was able to rise as an adult, and I think in the early days in Tico, he rose to the ranks of manager for Cameroon Bank. And he prepared himself and embarked on a journey to the United Kingdom, got all the blessings from my mom, and he got to England, and hey, he became a student and a single dad. And he also had a job to sustain himself. Now, the love, care, protection he received from my mom was very powerful. And looking at his position, he sat there and he thought, what would be the best thing to do right now? And he made a decision, and he called home and he said, Mom, please, I have Victor. I need you. And guess what? She stepped up in the middle of raising my sisters and everything. And I came to Cameroon. And I found myself into this amazing family. And I'm blessed to have my sisters. And it was just, it's hard to explain it, but I felt loved, protected. Mom really, really, really cared for me, and I'm forever grateful. I started education in Cameroon, in Bamenda, and Mom took me to school. And I have to acknowledge another mom I have here, Mrs. Nana. Thank you. I know you went through quite a lot with mommy to try and get me settled in school. And also I had a sister I love very dearly. Where is Lee? Lee is nowhere. So, yeah. Anyway, so Lee is very close to me. You all know that. And we've been inseparable. And I think, Mom was very instrumental behind this. And every time we went to school, she would insist I have to hold her hand. And it wasn't just for any reason. It was a learning process for me to think about others, show love, and protect others. So I held her hand since then, and we've been inseparable. And I love you very much. When we spoke, when this news came, it was painful. It was painful, very painful. And we need to stay strong. Yeah? Okay. On to other things. I think Lee covered this. Mom was a civil servant, but she was relentless. And I was a toddler. Being at home, late nights, and if you looked all across Amanda during those days, she beautified many homes, right? She made curtains with all kinds of patterns. So she's left a lot in terms of a legacy. She really, really was entrepreneurial. And she tried many things. She opened stores. And the other bit no one's mentioned, and I have to ask, how many people do we have here who've traveled to ECOC? We're talking the 80s and 90s. Anybody? She did that God knows how many times. And she would come back after a couple of weeks doing her business. She's covered in dust, and we're looking at kids and saying, what are you doing? But it all makes sense now because she was relentless in her passion in terms of business. She tried many things. She was really, 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 she inspired many people basically. And we're forever grateful. And I myself, I'm in a very unique position where, I have moms. I only have one mom, and I also have to acknowledge my mom. She also carried on with the love, support, and everything I've had to be the man today. So I'm also grateful, Mommy. What else can I say? So Mommy, we love you, we're going to miss you, and please rest in peace. And there is also another thing. She's resting with Daddy. But there is something that's happening now, and I think it's been happening ever since. When they come from service every night, they have an a cappella at night. And I think that is very much alive now, and it puts a smile on my face, right? And we also have to acknowledge our sister, who's not here, Sister Jackie. May God bless her. She took such an undertaking, and we're forever grateful. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Bedroom.
We're not going to sing that song together tonight until I have spoken with you after this. Please give him a round of applause. Now.